Hello and welcome to my channel. Vice Rhino here, Heidi over there.
Hi.
Puddles down there, sort of, sometimes. On and off. She's sporadic today. She spent a good chunk of the morning, like, actually just laying there. So she might be tired of laying in her bed.
But I got a treat,
Well,
Dad.
she's got a treat now, so once she's done eating the treat, she'll disappear, I'm sure. Because that's the way she rolls. She doesn't like to be reliable for me. All right, so this is a fun episode because okay, I have not read more than the first couple sentences. Like normally I might do a paragraph or so, but like for this one I'm like, you're not even allowed to read the title of the chapter because I feel like it's going to be that funny. So she has no idea. She doesn't know what my thumbnail looks like. She doesn't know what's going on, and yeah, kind of great. A little bit of housekeeping. For whatever reason, my Twitch chat highlight thing is still broken. I tested it before the stream was live and it was working, and then as soon as I went live it stopped working. Or no, actually it was like 10 minutes before we went live, but yeah, no, it doesn't work. It wasn't working last night either, and then it started working earlier today and now it's not working again. What are you giggling at?
My facial expression.
Oh, she's literally just watching herself on the stream giggling at the faces she's making. Do you want to tell that story?
So when I was graduating from grade 6, they had us up on stage, and now this was like, there might have been 60 kids. So they had us up on stage, and I could see myself in the reflection of the sound booth. So for the whole 2 hours, because, 10-year-olds or 12, however the fuck old I was, we want to sit there for 2 hours listening to people give speeches and prayers and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, so I could see myself in the reflection, and the whole time I was like, apparently my mom was killing herself laughing because I forgot that people could see me even though I was on stage. And so the whole time that's what I was doing, entertaining myself.
Because that's how she rolls.
Oh.
Axolotl with cream says, "Wait, are you in the same room?" Yeah, we're always in the same room. I'm like,
Boop, 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 boop.
that's why I'm always looking over here. I actually had to position the camera things in OBS such that when I look over at her, it actually looks like I'm looking over at her because I am. Yeah, and the earrings that she's wearing, given to her by Rory for her birthday on Tuesday. Happy birthday! You're old now.
I know.
What'd she do for her birthday? She pulled a muscle in her back and had to lay on the floor for like an hour.
Yeah, that was fun.
Are you okay with me saying which birthday it was?
Oh, I don't fucking care.
She's 40. New decade.
40,
New decade.
40, I'm 40.
Back's gonna start hurting a lot more.
I hope not. It already hurts every day.
Energy's gonna just drop off a cliff.
Because I have energy? I'm sorry. I've been geriatric for a while now.
It's okay. I've been old man who yells at cloud since I was a teenager, so.
Yeah. It's all...
Anyway, let's read. What's this chapter called? That was just a thing.
Don't try to outman your man.
You can't be manlier than me. Sharon says so.
Well, first of all, if you picked up your manly duties, I wouldn't have to outman my man.
What manly duties are you referring to?
You didn't pay for my pedicure today.
Only because you forgot to steal my card. Guarantee I would have if you'd have had it.
No. Like, what manly duties do you not do?
Well, see, this is the thing. I'm sure she's going to go on a rant at some point about how, like, if a man is with a woman who is more manly than he is, then that's going to feel emasculating and make him feel like he's worth less and you're not as confident or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, that all depends on how you define masculinity in the first place.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you define masculinity by, like, your ability to lift weights, then, like, yeah, some women are physically stronger than some men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, on average, generally men can lift more than women, but, like,
I wasn't even
people aren't
thinking that.
average.
I was just thinking, like, around the house, stereotypical manly things.
So if you go sit on the couch and play video games all day, Because that's the trope now, is that the boyfriend cares more about the PlayStation than the girlfriend.
I have been in one of those.
Yeah, and then like there occasionally she'll have homework to do when I don't actually have any work to do, and like I'll play a video game, and then she'll finish her homework, and I'll quit the video game. She's like, "Oh no, you don't have to do that. You can just." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're done your homework.
Yeah.
I played my game. Now it's time for
You're
now it's time for
allowed.
us time."
You're allowed to have your own time too. Yeah.
I know.
No, I can't think of anything that.
Yeah, Axolotl is like, "Rhino is manly." Of course I am. I have a beard. That's what you're not allowed to grow a beard. That's what she means.
Oh. Well, I lasered off my mustache, so we're safe.
Okay.
Okay. Don't try to outman your man. There are certain laws of nature that are undeniable. Please tell me about these laws, Sharon.
That men are manly.
If you drop a rock from a tall building, it will fall to the ground. Gravity. Yay! She didn't say that. I did. We call that gravity. Oh, sorry.
She did say that. Yeah, I was like that was the one sentence that I read. So I'm like, did I misread that? Did she not call it gravity? Did I just fill that in on my
Yeah,
own?
but that's a separate sentence. I stopped at the full stop. If you spin around in circles for an exasperated amount of time, you're going to become dizzy.
An exasperated amount of time? Like the time is just like, oh God, I can't believe it's still going.
We know I can't breathe. An exorbitant amount of time.
Okay, but that was not even a law of nature. That's just how that's how our bodies work. But like a law of nature implies that like that's
Yes, but we are of nature. We are from
but
the earth.
it's not a natural law though. Like that's not a thing that can be mathematically represented that is universally true when in its basic form. It's reliant whatever, just keep reading.
We call this upsetting our equilibrium.
Yeah, the law of upsetting our equilibrium, just like the law of gravity.
I call that reality. It is a law of nature that a man wants to feel manly. No. No, Sharon, that is not true.
I'm gonna kill me a bear, 'cause I'm a man. That's what men do.
If a woman tries to outman her man, he will feel emasculated. No, not necessarily.
I called it. Did I not call that?
Yeah, well, we knew. Hey, little girl, out of there. That's enough for you. Yeah, we knew that's where she was going. He'll feel emasculated. I call that reality.
I don't.
Oh, wait.
Did you just go back?
I think so. With the rise of homosexuality in the past few decades, kind of always been there.
Yeah, no, gay people, but like, has she not heard of ancient Greece or ancient Rome?
There was a lot of orgies.
There were some gay people.
Yeah, I don't think she has.
Like there was a whole Greek battalion where their whole thing was they were assigned to be gay couples, with the idea being if you are in love with one of your comrades, then you're going to fight stronger or fight better to keep them alive.
I mean,
so like they literally assigned them gay relationships to be in the army in that particular.
This is your person. You better love them, whether you like it or not.
I mean, it apparently worked because they were very fearsome, or they had a reputation for being very fearsome. But yeah, no, there were orgies, there was pederasty, which like, no, that's not a good thing, but like it was socially acceptable that like old men would just have sexual relationships with teenage boys, which like, yeah, that's gross. But the weird thing about that is that like it was usually like men who had wives and families and stuff. And it's just, that's just a thing that you do when you reach a certain age. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just saying human sexuality is a weird thing that, you know, you can't just say that homosexuality has arisen in the last few decades.
No, I know that.
It's been around forever.
However, I feel many men turn to homosexuality because they feel they have been outmanned by women.
No.
No.
Many men turn to homosexuality because many men are homosexual and are attracted to other men. That like it
And
really is that simple.
they like the penis.
Yeah.
They like the peen. Given up and chosen the path of least resistance. Is it the path of least resistance, Sharon? I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot of resistance there.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I'm it's much easier. It's much easier to join a group of people who are discriminated in like every country in the world pretty much. Some more so than others, but
Yeah.
like they're a minority I don't what's the word I'm looking for?
Demographic?
No, it's kind of along the same lines as subjugated, but not like implying slavery because they're not subjugated like that, but like
Anyways, homosexuals have it rough sometimes. So it's not the
like,
path of
like
least
a cat's
resistance.
tongue. She didn't watch that live stream, so she won't get the reference. But
Yeah.
I know there's at least a couple people here that will.
Since the 1960s, the women's liberation movement has made an attempt to make women become more like men by implying they can do an even better. They can do everything. I need to learn how to read. We can do everything they can do and even better.
I mean,
Wow, I butchered that.
Sometimes that's true. Oh. You also probably didn't see this. Did I tell you about the movie from the Daily Wire
No.
called Lady Ballers?
No.
They made an entire movie where the premise of the movie is a bunch of guys couldn't play basketball, so they joined a women's basketball team, or they formed a women's basketball team that was made up of guys pretending to be women so that they could dominate women's sports.
Did they fail?
No, they succeeded in the movie, but the funny thing about that is Ben Shapiro, who, famous for not being able to turn his wife on, he actually said in an interview later that like, oh, well, our original idea for this was to like actually do it and make it a documentary. But it turns out that women's sports don't just let a bunch of men join.
What?
You actually have to like be on estrogen or like have like you actually have to be transitioning or like doing something. It's like I don't.
Can you imagine?
It's just one of those things where it's like you just admitted that your whole dumbass thing is completely manufactured outrage culture. Like, hey, we tried to do the thing that we say is going to happen that we fearmonger about, but as it turns out, it's not possible.
Oh no! Heaven forbid, men can't just do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, that was on yesterday's live stream.
We can do everything better. Yes, I know. Women have taunted, chanted, and cheered. Woohoo! Yes, we've come a long way, baby, and it's not looking too good. For who? I feel like it's looking great for me.
Mm-hmm.
Since 1953, the divorce rate has climbed from 20% to the present 50%.
Okay, I don't think it's actually at 50% because I've tried to cite that.
I don't even care what it's at. The divorce rate was going to go up anyways because women are forced into these marriages either by family or because they can't have a job, they don't have their own bank account, they don't have their credit card, like they can't buy a home. So they're forced into marriages and they're forced to stay there.
Yeah, but that's what she's saying. She's saying that's a good thing.
No, it's not.
Women owning a bank account is too masculine. Women having their own credit card is too masculine.
Yeah, I dare say, Sharon, you give up all your money and your credit card to your husband.
Yeah, but it's just it's one of those things where it's like a rise in divorce rates is not inherently a bad thing.
No.
Like that just means that people who are no longer happy in that relationship are now free to leave that relationship. So the fact that that happens sometimes is good, actually.
So we could all just not get married, therefore we would never get divorced, and we could just live our lives happily, flowing through relationships if we need, or staying in one if we want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't have to give government money for that. Actually, I guess in some places you do. Because otherwise, pensions, you can't get pensions and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
You can't get on health insurance. Ugh. Okay. My friend Barbara. Is this a real friend or are you making up another story? My friend Barbara watched an exchange between her 8-year-old daughter and 10-year-old son. Michael, can you open this for me? Christine asked. Michael puffed up his chest like a toad. Sure, he said with great pride. Hey, Dad, let me borrow your pocket knife.
that's been bothering me this whole time.
Sorry, my headphones were plugged in so I could hear myself on the delay. I was like, what is going on here? Okay.
I think you might have unplugged your lights.
My lights?
Yeah, because I'm like, you don't look as well lit as you normally do, which granted, you're not normally as well lit.
I didn't unplug anything but my headphones.
No?
No, my light is right there shining upon me. My happy light.
Oh, that one.
Barbara even noticed he asked with certain gruffness and lower than normal tone in his voice. Cool. Even a 10-year-old little boys are asking, am I man enough to make it? Do you think I'm tough? What is going on?
Turning on lights.
Maybe because you have a toxic masculine household. I don't fucking know. I can promise you this. That boy who lives in your house, the one who sleeps beside you every night, he's asking the same question. Oh, the big boy. You just called my man a boy. Are you not emasculating my man?
Maybe.
I mean, that's what she's doing. Sharon, make yourself make sense.
When has she ever done that?
Well, he's asking the same questions. Do you think I'm man enough? Do you think I have what it takes? What it takes to do what? It depends on what you want to do. I don't fucking know. What has been your response? Are you encouraging him in his masculinity? Pay for more shit. Like what does she want me to do?
She wants you to look me in the eyes, like deeply stare into my soul, and say, do you even lift, bro? Because that'll encourage me to start lifting and then turn these pasty white things into like...
No, I
like,
think what she really wants...
Look at that muscle. I'm manly man.
I think what she wants me to do is be like, ooh, look at how strong you are. Which I do because I don't ever want to pick up anything.
Yeah, so just before she pulled her back muscle, the day before, I pulled my back muscle. And
we're such a cute couple.
yeah, we're old. But like mine was actually bad enough that I couldn't do anything that required back muscles for the rest of that day and a good chunk of like into the next day, which was your birthday. Thankfully, I was better by the time you pulled yours.
We got to take turns.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it was, and in that moment, you were not like, oh, I'm just this poor, weak little woman. What am I going to do without my big, strong man to do the manly things for me? It was just like, nah, you sit down, and your back gets better, and I will do the things until your back's better, and then you can do the things again.
Yeah, like when you get the Christmas tree. Throwing it in my trunk, bringing it
okay
outside.
to be fair, that wasn't really something that was planned. Like, yeah, we were planning on it, but it wasn't like I didn't know you were going to come home with a tree.
Yeah, you don't. Do you need to know that? Do you keep tabs on me?
Okay,
Do you need to know everywhere I go?
But you're sitting here being like, oh no, you left me out on my own to get the tree.
No, I was affirming that yes, I did the manly thing of getting the tree and putting it in my car. And
yeah, but saying it like that suggests that I had the opportunity to do that and declined when in fact I did not know it was happening.
Sounds like a you problem.
Sounds like a Sharon problem, actually, because I didn't actually see this as an issue.
Oh shoot, I'm not supposed to argue with you. You are right, my babes. I love you. Oh, men want to prove their masculinity, and if they can't prove it at home, they will search for other means to do so. like on the football field.
I think she means cheating again, because
Yeah,
it
she
always
does.
ends up at cheating.
She does, because apparently the only masculine thing men do is have sex. I don't know.
Yeah. I will prove my manliness to other women and then dominate them in the bedroom.
I mean, some women like that. But
Yeah, to each their own, but also don't cheat.
yeah, that too. It may be an affair with someone at the office,
Yeah,
the
there we
secret
go.
seduction of internet chat rooms, or pornography.
How does pornography make men feel more masculine?
Mm.
Because I knew she was going to get there eventually, because they always do when talking about, like, the women emasculate the men, so they have to seek sex from other sources, and that includes, like, going to porn or
She
whatever.
has
It's
a
like,
very low opinion of men.
Yeah.
Like, that's
like
all they've
it's
got.
all sex related. All of this so far is sex related. Like, is sex the only thing that you think is masculine about men? Why is that? Like, if like, I'm not even sure I understand what it means to feel manly,
I don't
because
either.
that's not really something that I pay attention to. You didn't do that on purpose, did you? I don't. That's just not how I live my life. I don't live my life being like, oh, is this a manly thing or a womanly thing? Like, is this a big strong thing? Like, no. And like, it's so I guess that leads me to like not understanding how watching porn could make one feel manly. Like, no, it's just
No, fucking.
I was horny and there wasn't a partner around with which I could relieve myself consensually, of course. So
All
I
I'm
just
good
took
for
care
is
of
just
things myself.
relieving you.
Hmm?
So that's all I'm good for is just relieving you.
That is one of the things. According to Sharon, yes. That's how you make me feel manly, by letting me stick it in you.
So should I feel manly like when I
you stick
lift?
it in me? Yes, that would be. I guarantee Sharon's anti-pegging. She would consider that to be incredibly degrading. But hey, some people are into being degraded.
Yeah, true story.
But pegging is not inherently degrading.
No, it's not.
It can be,
But like when I pick up
but that's
something
like when you're into it.
heavy, like am I supposed to feel different and feel like a man now? I'm a man because I can lift a heavy thing.
You know what? Feeling manly is that feeling you get when you thought you were going to have to make 2 trips from the car with the groceries, but you did it in 1.
No, that's a single mom thing. Fuck you.
No, that's a man thing.
Mm-mm.
No, see, you being able to do that means you're emasculating me. You're being more manly than me by getting all the groceries in 1 load. I don't know. I think just figuring out what the fuck Sharon even means by masculinity is like you could write books on what does Sharon mean by this book.
Yeah. Men want to prove their masculinity. If they can't, then they're gonna go drinking with the guys, an obsession with competitive sports. See, I told you.
Okay,
We
there we
got
go.
there. Swearing. I
Fuck.
swear all the time. Sarcasm, criticism, and so on. He's
Does
asking.
sarcasm make people feel manly? I mean, I guess
she means like
if you go to the
bullying.
if you go to the like pickup artist community thing or whatever, like the negging thing where like you never compliment a woman, you always like make sure even when she does something really nice for you, you always make sure to find a fault in it so you can keep her desperate to please you.
So that
But
brings
like,
me to
that's
a
not really
thought I had
sarcasm. That's just
yesterday. I was crossing this cake shop, Niagara on the Lake, and when I was dating my ex and I was still living back home, it was his birthday. And so I was emailing these people and calling these people because he liked this like caramel toffee type of cheesecake that he had when he was with me. So I was trying to get them to make something similar. They got it completely wrong. Delivery didn't happen. He had to go and pick it up. And for the rest of the year, all I heard was how I ordered him a cake that tasted absolutely terrible. And it didn't even, he had to go pick it up. And it was like,
that's so stupid.
yeah. That
I
would,
don't even care that you didn't get me a birthday present this year until like September.
but yeah, it was
But you see, I'm not saying that to cast shade on you.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because I thought it was a funny joke for the audience. Because like, I don't actually care.
yeah, no, and
And like you have reminded me of that more than I've reminded you of that.
true story, because it was funny. But yeah, so that just lends to like I put in all this work, calling, emailing, trying to arrange this thing for him, and then for the rest of the year, all I get was him telling people stories of how I got him the most horrible cake for his birthday.
I mean, I did kind of do that with the no birthday present thing, just because I'm telling people stories.
Yeah, but that's different. It's like,
Because I actually don't care.
yeah, and I didn't care about that I didn't get you anything.
You didn't care about my birthday either?
No, I cared about your birthday. I took care of the kids all day. That's the best birthday present I can give you.
Yeah, they were not fun that day.
No.
That was...
But we did have a picnic outside and they
We
really
did.
liked it.
Yeah.
Okay, back to our story. Yeah, so that's the sarcasm they're talking about because it's always delivered in a sarcastic way, like, oh, she bought me a birthday present. Ugh. Anyways,
Yeah, so they're negging.
that's my stuff. When I say a woman shouldn't try to outman a man, I do not mean she is to be a passive, pambly weakling. Al Jensing, author of Marriage Masterpiece, notes, men long for a strong woman who will make them look good, not weak. What if Eve had asked the serpent, why are you questioning God? What if she had turned to Adam and said, something's not right here. We shouldn't listen to this beast. Rarely are men attracted to a strong-willed woman who will always demand her own way, but they admire the woman of noble character who maintains her femininity, honors her husband, yet can see the heart of the situation and give her man the information he needs to act appropriately.
What is she even talking about?
I don't fucking know.
Men don't like strong women who insist on their way, but they want strong women who will...
Advise them and let them make the decision?
but then give up and not actually be strong about the thing if somebody disagrees with them. Like, God, like that's so inherently contradictory.
The whole book is.
Also, like the thing about Eve, I mean, like, what if Eve had been like, that's not what God said. So what if Eve had been a strong woman? She was the first woman. Why would God make the first woman not a strong woman if that's what women are supposed to be?
Because the second woman was a strong woman. They didn't like that.
Right, the whole Lilith and whoever came before Lilith thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're talking about Eve and assuming first woman for the sake of what the Christians believe.
Yeah. Either way. Dumb. Take a...
Some dude in the chat says, I do always love being told what I'm attracted to by other people.
Oh, well then you must really love Sharon.
Yeah. Sharon loves to tell people what they're attracted to.
Take a look at the wife of noble character in Proverbs 31.
Oh, God, no, we did that like 2 weeks ago.
While
Stop.
she respected her husband and gave him great confidence to succeed, she had quite a list of accomplishments herself. This gal ran a family business, purchased real estate, ran a winery. First of all, she is privileged because women back then could not I'm just gonna go buy some property. No, it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah, it's like what if your wife is one of the women that you stole from the city that you conquered after killing her husband and kids? Yeah. What if that's your wife? Because she's probably not gonna, have your best interest at heart all the time.
No. This gal ran a family business, purchased real estate, ran a winery, invested profits, supervised servants, and raised children who called her blessed. I feel like she didn't raise her children.
Servants.
Slaves.
You know what servants meant.
Slaves.
Yeah, is that
who raised her children for her.
Proverbs 31?
Yeah. Yeah, I doubt that she raised her own children, Sharon. Someone else raised them for her. She was industrious, thrifty, competent, strong, energetic, confident, trustworthy, intelligent, resourceful, gracious, courageous, noble, intelligent, loving, and compassionate. She didn't sit around saying, "Yes, sir," and "No, sir," yet she respected her husband, and he had a seat of respect and honor at the city gate where the leaders congregated. So he went and sat on his ass all day, and she did all the work, is what I just heard.
Yeah. Also, I have just confirmed there's at least 2 English translations of the Bible that call the servants slaves. So there's at least a little bit of ambiguity with the Hebrew there.
It is the man who is honored and encouraged at home who has the confidence to exile away from home. If his wife can...
Oh, excel away from home?
Shh.
I heard exile.
I said exile.
Oh, okay. She hasn't had her nap. We switched to this time because she would be up from having gone to work, and, you know, she could just stay up and do the thing, but apparently she needs a nap still.
Apparently I just need to learn how to read.
I mean, you have glasses here somewhere.
Do.
I keep putting them on your desk, and then they keep ending on the floor in between our desks.
Well, I need to get a new... Well, not that I need to get a new prescription, but I should probably look at getting my eyes tested, because these glasses are like 7 years old.
Yeah, but it might help you not read exile when it says excel.
And I love Excel.
There's my sexy librarian with her book.
With my book. I like big books and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. If his wife continues to beat him at cards, beats him at basketball, beats him in his earning potential, beats him in making repairs at home, and beats him in solving problems, he will seek elsewhere to win.
Why okay, some of those aren't even competitions. Beats me in repairs around the house. If you can figure out how to hang our fucking thing in the drywall over there, you have had it. I don't care that I couldn't figure it out and you did, because I like use a fucking drywall anchor, and like it's the same type of anchor. I've used it a million times before. You like there's so many holes in our fucking house because I keep putting these anchors in and then we move stuff. But like, yeah, no, they like and for whatever reason this time, and it's the same wall. I like there are anchors of this kind in that wall that were in there correctly or whatever, but like every time I put one in, it just like the wall around it crumbles and everything falls apart. And so now we have like 5 really big holes in the wall.
Has to come down.
There's plumbing in that wall. That would be expensive.
Oh no.
Unless you want to have bare copper pipes just going up through the floor.
No.
Yeah, no, that's going to be expensive. So like, yeah, if you beat me at that renovation, have at it. But also other stuff, like we've talked about this, like we played like the New York Times games, like there's Wordle, but then they've also got like 4 or 5 other games in the same kind of like word game type category. And Wordle we go back and forth on. Sometimes I beat you, sometimes you beat me. But there's same with connections. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I do better, sometimes you do better. Mm-hmm. But then there's the one where it's like I forget what it's called, but it's like you get 3 letters on each side of a square and you have to make words by going for, but you can't use the letters that are right next to each other. She kicks my ass at that one. And
got it in 3 today.
There you go. And I'm not only okay with that, I love it because I enjoy the fact that you are intelligent. Mm. Why would I
just can't read.
Why would I not? She can make all the big words. She just can't read the big words.
Exactly. You know.
And there have been a few times when she's like, there. I think you actually won with this one, but there's like a Wordle that you like typed something out and hit enter, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't even think that was a word, but it was the word today."
Yeah. That's a true story. The letters just looked like they were in the right arrangement.
Jassa says, "Sometimes I beat you, sometimes you beat me. Proof Rhino is a sadomasochist."
Oh, but like even the cards thing, certain card games are just the luck of the draw. So if I get a really good hand, I'm supposed to purposely let you win?
Also, cards are of the devil. So why is Sharon advocating for people to play cards?
Anyways, don't be surprised if such a man takes up camping in the Ozark or climbing Mount Everest.
Why?
Because he needs to prove himself to his wife,
By camping?
I guess.
You also like camping.
Hmm. I also like
Does-
hiking.
Yeah, Mount Everest isn't hiking, though.
No. Is the hair on the back of your neck bristling with the last sentence?
No.
No.
We're just confused.
I don't know what you're talking about. Does that go against everything your liberated sisters have taught you?
No. We're just
I
confused.
suspect it does. That's okay.
Your liberated sisters tell us not to let your men go camping?
Fucking know what she's saying. Okay, let's see what her men have to say. I
Oh.
desire for my wife to support and honor me, not overshadow or overrun me. Kurt.
So what he's saying is he wants to overshadow his wife.
Yes.
Because if you actually care, like if you actually care to the point where you're saying, I don't want you to overshadow me, what that actually means is I always have to be more important and more noticeable than you.
I've had one of those too.
Which one? Is it one that I know?
Yeah.
One that I may have met?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
The woman of my dreams is happy and secure in the idea that she is created to complement me with her femininity and uniqueness as a woman. And she
The woman of my dreams is a strong, confident woman who knows where her shit's at and can, like, okay, no, you don't know where any of your shit's at.
I
We were
don't.
just talking about that today. She was that cup. She was looking for it for like 20 minutes before the stream, couldn't find it, and finally gave up, got a different cup, and then came into the office, sat down, looked over, and was like, "Oh, it was on my desk the entire time."
But that's not the only thing.
that wasn't my point,
My
though.
shit goes missing all
I know,
the time.
I know. That wasn't my point, though. My point is that, like, you are on the course to have a successful career as a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And as a therapist, you are probably going to be more important to your clients than I am to my viewers. And
viewers
so
love
some
you.
people, yeah, I know they do. But I'm not a therapist. I'm just an entertainer. And so in the sense of like how important you are to the lives of those you interact with, you will then overshadow me. And I think that's amazing. Yeah, go for it.
But I wasn't done with what Bill had to say about his wife.
It's like when you no I have a quote now. When you are a successful therapist and you're standing there and you're in the sunshine and you're radiating your glory, I hope I'm there to catch some of the beams of. Oh, that's okay. I'm butchering the quote, but that's from Treasure Planet, which was a really good movie that is very underrated.
I don't think I've seen it yet.
Didn't we watch it together?
No,
I thought
you
we
and the
did.
kids were watching it.
Oh. Well, we should watch it together.
The woman of my dreams is happy and secure in the idea that she is created to complement me with her femininity and uniqueness as a woman.
Sorry, was that supposed to like?
No, it just cleared my throat.
Okay, but it sounded like that was a like, oh, someone's like, it sounded like that was a like, oh, what he just said, I want you to do that for me. Like, like,
No. And she does not try to compete with masculine roles and characteristics.
okay,
Yeah.
but what's the masculine role here? In our house, what is the masculine role? Like, I mean, I guess you could say breadwinner because I'm the one with the income and
Mhm.
you're in school.
Mm-hmm.
But like, aside from that, what is the masculine role?
Home repairs?
I don't do that shit. I try to do that shit and I ruin the walls and then call a professional.
Yeah. I'm like, I'd say doing the lawn, but we made the kids do the lawn this
Yeah.
this summer.
And I love it because I hate doing the lawn.
The kids take out the garbage. They
No, the
pretend
kids
to take out
take out the garbage,
Yeah.
and then on garbage day, when it's actually time to take out the proper garbage, I ground them because I had to clean out the whole bin because they would just toss it in and it would get everywhere. They wouldn't even tie the bags up. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. I don't really know. That's what I was saying like earlier. Like, what is something like what are the masculine thing? I don't know.
Like, I do dishes. You do dishes.
You lift heavy shit because
I
you're
lift heavy
stronger
shit,
than
but
me?
you also lift heavy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if we get home and your kids have fallen asleep in the car, and my kids are always awake, but if your kids have fallen asleep, I get the bigger one.
Yeah,
But like, you are also capable of carrying him,
I am.
and you do
Yeah.
on a number of occasions.
But I mean,
And
like,
there
when I
and
say
there
you
are
lift
times,
heavy shit, it's because you physically are stronger than me.
yeah, but
Not
that's
because I can't do it. Like, well, I can't because
like
you
if
are physically
yeah,
stronger.
if you were a bodybuilder and I wasn't, and so you are physically stronger, it
Yeah.
would not make me feel emasculated to be like,
No.
can you lift this thing that I can't lift?
Yeah. I don't know what the masculine roles are. You get to make all the decisions and make the money, I guess. I don't know.
What decisions? No, you make all the decisions. I just give you my card and say, fine, go.
That's because you don't want to.
Yeah, no, that's. I want to be emasculated. Emasculate me, mommy.
Ew. I miss my wife. I wish my wife understood how much I need to feel respected. I know it is the antithesis of what the culture promotes and portrays.
No, it's not. The culture promotes and portrays everybody should feel respected in the relationship.
Yeah. Men are typically treated irresponsible.
I mean,
Men are
there's
typically treated as irresponsible, angry children.
there is some truth
A
to
lot
that
of
as
them
far
are.
as like sitcom dads
Mm-hmm.
go, but also like there's some truth to the fact that a lot of men act like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a true story. And as a side note here, your sons and daughters are watching. Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
That's why we act the way we do. Yes, we may have produced strong daughters, but at what cost?
Can you not tap your foot against the
Sorry.
thing that goes on our ears?
Sorry, but I can't help it. You're asking me not to shake my leg.
No, you can shake your leg, just don't touch gross feet things to things that go on my head.
My feet have been
I know. Okay,
newly
yeah, you just got back from a pedicure.
and they're beautiful. Okay. Yeah, at what cost? Well, at the cost of our daughter being able to stand up for herself and make her needs known and not put up with bullshit. That's the cost.
Yeah, I actually tell her
Well,
regularly. Them. Yeah, I tell them regularly to stop apologizing because like there will be moments when they've done something that like it's not quite right or whatever, and then I'll be like, oh well, next time can you do it this other way? And she'll be very like, she uses she they pronouns, so if I slip between the two of them, it's because of that. But that's another conversation we had, is that like she says she's comfortable with she they, but nobody was choosing they. Yeah, Jess is saying, is the cinnamon roll a feminine roll? Yeah, well, if she likes the cinnamon rolls, I don't, so there we go. It's the feminine roll. But yeah, so that's one of the things that I've talked to her about is like, no, just like you didn't do anything wrong. You don't need to apologize for that, because that's something that happens a lot in culture, is that women are seen like they feel like they need to be subservient and apologetic about everything. And so I have to try and reinforce this, be like, no, you didn't do anything wrong. Like if I say like, oh, you maybe try it this way instead of that way, or like do it this way next time, it's like, that's not like, you don't need to say sorry about that. You just say, okay.
True that.
Because I don't want her to get into that cycle and that habit, which she's already in, so we have to try and break it.
So don't apologize to you. Set the example. Got it.
No, you apologize when it's appropriate.
Nope, I'm just not apologizing anymore. Because sometimes you have to go to the extreme the other way.
Usually it's not appropriate for you to apologize to me, because usually you're right.
I can't help it.
But I mean, that being said, there's also been times like you had a grumpy day a little while ago and you apologized to me.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you left for a little bit and then you came back and you said sorry, and I was like, no, you're having a grumpy day, it's okay.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
Yeah, and like that's one of those times.
I like how mildly
like,
you put it. You were having a grumpy day.
It was a grumpy day. You had reason to be grumpy.
Yeah. Okay. The wreaths you receive from your outstanding performance could create the chains that your sons and your daughters will find controlling their lives. They're listening to the words you speak and how you speak them. Yeah, that's why we speak nicely to each other.
That's why we treat each other as equals and
Yeah.
not you being my subservient female.
And we respect one another.
Mm-hmm.
You are providing a living example of how they will inevitably treat their own spouses. I hope so.
Yeah.
We're fucking amazing.
So one of her kids, for her birthday card, drew a picture of the whole family, all 7 of us. And they drew us kissing. And then all the kids were like, they had frowny faces because they were grossed out because we were kissing. And that was adorable. And I love that that's how they view our relationship.
Yeah. But what if you are smarter? What if you are better at sports? What if you do earn more money than he does? I suggest you discover what he is good at and accentuate the positive. I had to make sure I was going to say the right word.
So wait. One of the questions was, what if you make more money than he does?
Yeah.
Then good for your family.
Yeah.
Because more money for the family means
Especially nowadays, dear Lord.
yeah, more money for the family means your kids are more likely to see success in life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So giving up a high-paying job because your husband's masculinity is so fragile that he can't stand being not the breadwinner.
Well, she didn't say to give up your job. She's just saying that you need to start encouraging him in the things that he is good at.
So that he can make more money than you.
I don't know. Honey, it's always amazes me how you know how to fix cars like that.
Razor Stormer popped in the chat, says, suck it, Rhino. How goes it? Hi, Razor.
Basically, she just wants you to patronize your partner. Honey,
Yeah.
how do you ever remember all those numbers at work?
Oh, God. Like, she's painting the picture of the ditzy idiot woman.
Honey, I have never known a man who could trim bushes and keep a
Ooh.
yard
Ooh.
immaculate.
You want me to trim your bush like nobody has? I'll trim your bush like nobody's done before.
I'm so lucky to have a man around like you. You could give lessons on how to be a good husband. And you probably could.
Isn't that kind of what we're doing here?
Supposedly. No, wife. I'm a good wife.
Yeah, but like this is mostly just a springboard so we can talk about our relationship, which actually, fun fact, on some of the comments on our last stream, someone said, I forget exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of like they appreciate our honesty and openness or whatever, but they like referenced one of the older streams and like, you know, even though you were fighting on stream, or like, were we fighting on stream? Like, so I do just want to take a moment to make it explicit that like any disagreements that we've had on stream, like if it seems like we're fighting, it's not actually been a real. There was one time when I said something that
Yeah, my cooking. My cooking.
But even that, it wasn't like a serious thing, but we did have a conversation about it afterwards, and I apologized.
Can't take it back, though. You can't take it back.
But yeah, no, we've never actually been seriously fighting.
Yeah,
on
our first actual fight was last weekend when I was in my grumpy mood.
I don't even really consider that a fight.
That was the closest thing we've had to a fight, though.
Yeah, but that's because we communicate.
Yeah. But yeah, so like we haven't even really fought in non-streaming life either.
Yeah, no, this is just how we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
As Sir Jerk says, it's not cooking unless you burn the house down. That's Rory. There was one day they put butter in the microwave to soften it.
Oh, yeah.
It's still in its wrapper, which contains aluminum. So there were sparks everywhere and
But that's
started a
okay
little
because
fire.
now the other kid knows how to use a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, so yeah, they started a fire in the microwave, and then I don't know if there was actual fire in the toaster.
Oh yeah, that was all the same
But
day too.
like, yeah, it was the same meal. But there was like smoke
Smoke
billowing
coming
out of the toaster. everything. So like, yeah, it's not cooking unless you.
And they're our responsible child. Just
Yeah, that's
so you guys know.
that's the one that we trust.
Yeah.
With things like babysitting
And cooking.
and
usually.
cooking. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So pray for us. Competition has never been a problem in my house. Neither mine, Sharon.
No. we don't.
Especially when it comes to sports. Yep, I'm a better sports player than he is. So, yep, still not a competition.
Depends on the sport, I would think.
Like what?
I don't know. Badminton.
Maybe.
I could probably kick your butt at badminton.
Probably, yeah. You're right.
Now, I'm not saying I'm a good badminton player. I haven't played since high school, but I was fairly decent in high school.
You're right. I will give you bad.
Racquetball?
Okay.
Can you do racquetball?
I've never played racquetball. I used to play squash.
I don't actually know the difference.
Neither do I.
I know, like, they use different balls, but I forget which one is the bouncy
And
ball
I-
and which is a squishy. Probably squash is a squishy ball because it's squash.
Yeah.
Right?
So I took squash I played squash when I was in high school.
Okay, then you'd probably beat me.
Oh no.
You were bad?
Oh no. So I took squash in high school. I think it started at the last year of middle school. And then I took squash throughout high school, but one of our teachers was a squash player. And so after school, like on Thursdays, he would do squash lessons. And then on Saturday mornings, like a small group of us would have additional squash lessons. I took squash lessons for
Okay, Squash is a squishy ball.
Yeah.
Racquetball
I
is
took
the
it for
bouncy
at
one.
least 3 to 4 years. Can't play a lick.
Okay.
I am absolutely terrible.
Less Than Lucis says, I'd guess better volleyball player. No, I fucking hate volleyball. I
I'll take volleyball.
despise volleyball. So yeah, if she actually enjoys it, she'd kick my ass.
Softball.
Probably. I don't know about softball. I think I do pretty good. I was good at baseball as a kid. Haven't played as an adult. So you probably have more recent experience. So let me practice like once or twice and maybe. But yeah, so racquetball, like at least you have actual experience with the game. My experience with racquetball is at the YMCA when I took my kids to swimming lessons. Well, one of them was in the pool. I'd take the other one to the racquetball courts and we'd hit it around. And I have no idea what the rules are or what the goal is. It was just fun to hit a ball up against the wall.
So is racquetball just like squash, but just different balls?
There's different rules
not
too.
for you, the person who already said they don't know. It's for the audience who are
Sure.
telling us these things.
Tell us the difference between squash and racquetball other than the squishy ball.
And does that mean that racquetball's balls are more bouncy?
My balls are always bouncing to the left and to the right.
Okay. You figure that one out while I continue reading. Okay. Damn it, where are we? Pink Panther. What? Okay. Especially when it comes to sports. In the 5th grade, when I was forced to play on the Pink Panthers softball team, I opted for right field because no one could hit the ball that far and I felt I was safe from humiliation. I decided early on that if a game had a ball in it, that game was not for me.
Is that a guy?
No, that's Sharon.
That's Sharon. Okay, so she's saying that all women should be like that?
Well, she says they don't argue about sports because I guess she had no interest in fucking sports.
Because like that's the thing with baseball. Like the reason I'm good at baseball is because it's turn based. When I was in the field as a kid, I would be the kid that got distracted by looking at the blades of grass.
Yeah.
And so I actually was.
That's why I play infield.
That's why I was in the outfield because because it wouldn't take me long to get distracted.
Yeah. If I'm in the outfield,
like,
I'm distracted. But see, when you're in the infield, the balls come at your face.
Yeah, so one of the proudest moments I had in my baseball career as a kid was the one time a pop fly came to me and I caught it, and then my parents described to me how surprised they were that like when they saw who caught the ball that it was me, because like I never did that. I was the kid that like the ball would go past me and then they'd all have to yell like, Justin, go get the ball.
Hey, you just told me a little while ago that you were pretty good at baseball.
Yeah.
When did that happen? After that?
Oh, it was probably that. season. I don't no. Okay. When I say pretty good at baseball, I mean like you pitch the ball at me, I can hit it and then run.
Yeah.
Standing board in the outfield.
Okay, but there's offense and defense. Like, it's not just about the one.
Okay, but when you're playing the position where nobody hits the ball to it anyways, it doesn't matter if you're good or bad at it.
So I still feel like I win softball because I play the position where the balls do go.
Yeah, you do.
Oh. Okay. However, when I was in college, I tried snow skiing. Just for reference, she also made her husband learn to ski after they got married, if you weren't here for that chapter. Amazingly, I took to the slopes like a duck to water and swished down the mountain with agility and speed. My friends were amazed. "Who is that ski masked girl?" they asked. It's been over 20 years and I still enjoy tooling down the mountain with the crisp wind blowing through my hair. The only explanation for this she puts quotes, athletic ability is that there is no ball and no competition. It is just me and the mountain. She does realize.
You can do ski
I was
competitions.
just about to say, does she realize that
Like,
it's an Olympic sport?
There are several variations of it that are different Olympic sports.
Yeah.
Like there's downhill, there's the ski jump, I think you could do skis in the half pipe. I think they do half pipe skiing.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
Moguls.
As I said
Races?
earlier, my husband and son have also taken up snow skiing. However, for them, it's competing with each other all the way down the bottom of the hill. Men are wired to compete. I don't know. I find it fun to compete.
Yeah, no, like you didn't find Wordle interesting at all until like I got you to do it to see if you could do it in fewer turns than me. So
Yeah.
like it wasn't until there was the competitive element that you started enjoying it. And now that's like our thing with it is you'll be like, I got it in 3 today. Or like there's that one time you got it in 2. Yeah, you're just like so gloaty about it all day. It was emasculating.
No. But like even actual sports.
Yeah, competition is fun.
Like I enjoy playing softball, but I'm not going to want to go and not keep score. Like, what the fuck is that?
That's the participation trophy that these same people will rail against.
Okay. Men are wired to compete. They play to win. I mean,
So do I.
Yeah, I play to win, but if I lose, I don't care. Girls today are encouraged to compete in every sport available. I'm not saying that's the good or bad. I just know it is
She's
difficult to
saying it's
trust someone with your heart if you see her as a competitor.
Depends what you're if you're competing in sports, it doesn't matter.
No, we're competing with love.
Yeah. No, but that's not the, like,
I don't know.
If we ever do play one of these sports that we have said together to see which one of us can beat the other one, I'm not going to get mad at you if you beat me. If you're like if you are better than me at softball, which I don't think you are. I think I can beat you at softball.
Okay.
But if you are better than me at softball, then so be it.
I'm like, here are the rules for this competition.
Now we need to like we're going to end up forming our own softball league just so we can settle this question. How do you figure one-on-one whether someone is better at softball than the other?
You have to play the same or similar position.
Okay, so you're going to the outfield then.
No, you come to the infield.
No, you're going to the outfield.
Why? I can play the outfield. Can you play the infield?
Yes.
Can you make the throw from third to first?
Yeah, I can do that. Probably. Reasonably accurately.
Can you stop the balls that come flying at you?
Can you stop the balls that come flying at you?
Yes, I can actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I've never actually played softball. I've only ever played baseball.
Okay, but I used to play competitively.
Okay.
So you're saying?
Yeah, well, according to Ben Shapiro, I will win because I have the penis.
You're saying that your one catch in right field somehow means that you can play softball better than me, who used to play it competitively. Like, not like U.S. college competitive. Like, that's crazy shit. But yeah. Anyways, back to emasculate you. Damn
Still
it.
kick your ass at racquetball or squash.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I will not.
And there we go. See, like that's the thing. It's like, as much as we're like, I mean, like, no, I'd beat you, no, I'd beat you, or whatever. Like, whatever it turns out being, that's not going to have an impact on our relationship.
No.
Because it's just a fun game.
Yeah.
And like that's part of the fun is the like, oh no, I'm gonna whip your ass at it. Like,
Exactly.
the smack talk is part of the fun.
Okay, let's see what Jim has to say here. I mean, you're a better
Why'd you go
reader.
Midwestern there for a second? Okay, why do you? We're gonna see what Jim has to see here, don't you know?
Damn it. You made me forget what I was going to say.
Yeah, well, I'd never heard you speak in a Midwestern accent before, so I had to point that out.
Damn it. One of the greatest struggles in our marriage has been that we should be mutually more tolerant and less demanding about little things which often are not that important. Okay, Jim, I can deal with that. We should work harder to avoid words and attitudes which may be abrasive and have negative impact on our marital fellowship.
Yeah, but
Okay, Jim, I like you.
that's fine.
Because you
And
used
that
we
is-
the whole time.
Yeah, like that has nothing to do with like being overly competitive or more masculine or whatever. It's just like,
Yeah.
be
But
good
he
to each
doesn't
other.
say she has to. It's we.
Yeah.
We should
Just-
work harder
Just
to
be
avoid.
excellent to each other.
Yeah. I like you, Jim. What I was going to say was you read better than I do.
Yeah, but apparently you know bigger words.
No, I definitely don't know bigger words. I can just see the words.
Mm. Yeah, you're better at recognizing the
Patterns.
the patterns of the words or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, spelling bee also. She's better than me at spelling bee.
I just want peace. Less nagging and more trying to get along. Russ.
I mean, if you just do the things she's nagging you about, then you'll probably get along better.
Probably.
And with my experience with Sharon's book, whatever she's nagging him about, probably valid.
Peace was the intention I had set for one of my yoga classes this morning, Russ. If you'd like to come to the next one, maybe we could find you some peace. All men need more encouragement. All? I feel like there's a lot of men that need less encouragement.
Yeah, like Andrew Tate.
Yeah, there's some men that don't need it at all. They actually need to be brought down.
So Luigi Potter said, didn't Jeremy Boring say something about women not being able to use swords? And I don't know. Jeremy Boring, I guarantee you don't know who that is because
No, but is his last name actually Boring?
Yes, his last name is actually Boring, and yes, that joke has been made a bazillion times. He is the co-founder of the Daily Wire along with Ben Shapiro, and he is the star of Lady Ballers. He's the coach that puts together the basketball team of men pretending to be women.
All men need to be more encouraged. They need to know that they have at least one big-time fan. Gene.
I mean, you can just go to Home Depot and buy one of those big box fans, and then you will have one big fan.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like your partner should be your biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan.
The people in my audience know the references to my live streams that I've made, and you don't because you don't watch them.
The people in your audience also don't suck your penis, so what's your point?
I mean, I know of at least a few that would. And it's usually guys. The gays love me.
Oh, maybe try it out.
And the drag queens were all over me at the show, so... I mean, that's just part of the thing, because it's because of where my chair was.
Yeah, you should try it out and tell me what you think. Like, compare and contrast the experience.
Does having your dick sucked feel different when the guy has a beard?
Or when the guy is a guy because the guy has a penis.
I don't feel like that would make a difference on the mouth.
No, but
Oh, because like that whole thing where like, oh, women are better at going down on women because they know it. I think that's just supposed to be saying women know where the clit is.
Yeah,
So
but
it's an
I know
admonition
not
against
all
men
men
who are
are the
idiots.
same,
Yeah.
but like,
Okay. On my shows, you do not need to not all men it. Just say it as if it's all men. I don't care. Go for it. All men suck at eating pussy.
no, I was gonna say like another man going down on another man. My presumption would be like you understand what feels good for your penis, therefore you might have a better idea of what feels good for someone else's penis.
Yeah.
And that's where my not all men are the same, like because every man's gonna enjoy something a little bit different. But then
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I was going somewhere else with the not all men based
yeah,
on my
yeah, no,
cunnilingus discussion.
I was going with why they might be better at sucking penis than women.
God damn it, Cirrus is live again.
God damn you, Cirrus!
Yeah, no, but that's
But is
that's
he
actually,
talking about sucking penises?
well, this is actually something that we have joked about on occasion. Is that I'll be like, no, I don't want you to give me a hand job. I am the expert at giving me a hand job. I am the best in the world at giving me a hand job.
Yeah.
So like, leave the hand jobs to me. That's the me department.
Yeah, but that's kind of the same concept of giving head. Like, would a man give better head? See, that's why you need to try it out so you can compare and contrast.
Okay, where's my gay buddies at that have always made jokes about like wanting to see that video of me with my dick hanging out uncensored?
I will sell it to you.
You don't actually see much in the uncensored version. It was a close enough call that I'm like, I should probably censor it for YouTube's sake.
I was trying to make some money.
I mean, I have other videos that like
I have other videos.
There's my reconversion to Christianity video. Have you seen that one?
No.
That was an April Fool's video that like, and it's a trope in the atheist community that on April 1st, suddenly all the atheists have come out as Christian. And so like, I'm like, okay, well, I want to do something for April Fools, but like everybody does that. It's stupid, whatever. So I put my own spin on it. And so I filmed my I'm a Christian Again video and then pretended like it was over and then stood up and grabbed the toilet paper that was beside me while like everything was on screen and like, oh shit, forgot to hit stop. So I had to censor that as well. And what's really funny is that there are some people that didn't make it to the end. So there are actually people who like, because that video stayed up longer than just April 1st. So there are people that watched that not on April 1st that didn't stay at the end that actually think, probably still to this day, that I am a Christian now.
No. Okay, team spirit. When my son was a sophomore, he played on the school basketball team. During one of the games, I noticed a man on our side videotaping the game and a man on the opposite side videotaping the game. Two parents filming their kids. Cool.
Sorry. Zerg Jerk said, sword fights at urinals is the best thing as a man.
Do you guys actually do that?
No. Well, okay, maybe other guys do, because this is another conversation that we've had.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like...
You don't know about men showing each other their penises.
Yeah, no, because I hate fucking locker
do.
rooms. Apparently they do it all the time in the locker rooms.
Yeah.
Or that's just something that guy friends will do, is just be like, look at my dick or whatever.
Yeah. Or they'll pant some or whatever.
Yeah, but like, I'm just, I don't understand that. I just don't. Especially not if like, because the same guys that engage in that behavior are the guys who are like homophobic to the max. But like, if you're homophobic, why are you looking at your friends' dicks? Like, I
don't know.
I'm not
I don't ever
homophobic.
ask my friends to be like, can you pull out your vagina? Like,
so like,
not something I'll do.
Yeah, but it's like, well, these guys are like, if you insinuate that they're gay, they will go to great lengths to deny it. Whereas like me, I'm just like, I don't care if people think that I'm gay. Why would I care about that? Like we were just talking about having gay guys sucking my dick for a good chunk of time. Obviously I'd be bi rather than gay, but like, I don't care if people think that about me because I'm not homophobic. So I don't think that it's a bad thing to be gay. So if you think that I'm gay, sure, go for it. But I also don't have extensive experience looking at other guys' dicks like the straight guys apparently do. So like, are the straights okay?
No, they're not. We know that.
No, yeah.
We know that. Okay. During men.
Reverend Apostate says, we never got an answer about the difference in rules between squash and racquetball, but when we started talking about sucking dick, Reverend Apostate says, as someone who has gotten head from men and women, men definitely give better head. So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you for enlightening me.
I don't know. Maybe we still need to verify that experimentally.
Wouldn't you like that?
I don't know. Would I? That's the whole point of the experiment.
So two men were filming children. We don't know if they were parents or...
Why did we transition like that?
Steve, what are those two men doing, I ask? Well, the guy...
a sports event.
With kids playing. Chances are it's a parent filming a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy on our side is videotaping the game so the boys can look at it later to improve their weaknesses. The man on the other side is from the team we are playing next week. He is videotaping the game so our competitors will see our vulnerabilities and know where to attack. Okay, cool.
High school sports?
Sophomore.
Yeah, it's high school. They take this shit way too seriously.
Yeah.
Like when my kids were in sports, which they want to do again, so we should probably actually remember to sign them up this year.
But how did Steve know who they were?
I don't know. I'm just like, I like the idea of taking kids' sports so seriously that you would like actually record a game to go and examine it. And like, yeah, I get that like a certain percentage of these kids are going to like go off to college and play professionally and get scholarships based on their sportsing ability or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like the vast majority of them, it's just a game.
Mm-hmm. Truth.
So they take it way too seriously, and there's way too much pressure to be the sports kid.
Mm-hmm. Do we see our husband's weaknesses as vulnerabilities to attack, or as areas where we can help him make him strong? Are we?
No, we. And there's another conversation that we've had. We support each other, and like I know your weak areas, you know my weak areas, and we both work to help each other out with them.
Yeah. But vulnerability, okay, Sharon, you need to read some Brene Brown because vulnerability is not a bad thing.
That's another conversation that we've had, is that I need to be more vulnerable.
It's true.
Because I tend to not express emotions. Because that's an aspect of toxic masculinity where men are not supposed to be emotional.
I need you to be emotional. Just put your head right here and cry. Right here.
Not right now.
Damn it!
We're just going to cuddle and cry on stream. That's something everybody will want to watch.
Oh, we could do an OnlyFans cuddling.
Cuddling and crying.
Somebody's fetish. Okay. No, I do not see his weaknesses as vulnerability. And there's nothing wrong with vulnerability. Are we playing on the same team? Yes, we are. Wearing the same jersey? Yes, we are.
Okay.
Following the same game plan.
If you're playing on the same team, then you want to know what your vulnerabilities are so you can work to make them because Sharon's talking vulnerabilities in the terms of sports in order for like other people to beat you.
Yeah.
So like if you're on the same team, like a sports team should know what they are vulnerable to so that they can work to improve that so that they are no longer vulnerable to that. So yes, you should know. Like that's what we just said. You know what my areas of weaknesses. I know yours. We work together to.
You will forget everything, and I will overplan.
Mm-hmm. So put us together, and you overplan, then we forget the plan. So there we go.
Oh, okay. The man on the other side is blah 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 blah. Yes, we're playing on the same team. If we want to become the wife of his dreams, we need to sign a no-compete clause and make sure we're players of the same side.
Oh, fuck that. We can compete all the
But even players on the same team compete.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I want to make sure I get more baskets than you. Like, I mean, unless you're on a sport where it's like completely different things. Like in football. Yeah,
or hockey players, like the forward on the hockey team looks at the goalie being like, ha, I scored more goals than you this year.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, it's because I'm the goalie.
Yeah. Country fairs are known for their various contests.
County fairs, I think. County fairs, I think.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said country.
Did I? My brain said county, though. It did.
So this time you actually read it right? You just had a wiring issue?
County.
I mean, to be fair, that's one that I mix up all the time.
No, like I really thought I said county because in my head I am picturing a county fair.
Yeah.
County fairs are known for their various contests. At one particular fair, a pulling contest was used to determine who had the strongest horse.
We used to have, in Fort Erie, we used to have an annual Highland Games. That was a lot of fun. And my favorite was the caber toss.
Which one's caper toss?
That's the one where big Scotsmen in kilts throw logs around.
Did we have big Scotsmen in kilts?
Yes,
Oh,
we did.
Really?
It was a lot of fun.
Let's bring it back.
And they always they held it at the big field beside the old fort. It was great. I wish they still did it.
Let's bring it back. The first place horse moved a sled weighing 4,500 pounds, and the second place horse moved a sled that weighed 4,000. The owners were curious as to how much the two could pull if they worked together. So they hitched them up and added more weight to the sled. To everyone's surprise, the horses pulled 12,000 pounds.
Yes, teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah, yada, yada, yada. Working together, you can accomplish more than working by yourself. Yeah, we get it.
But does she realize that both of the horses have to work together?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not one's telling the other horse what to do. They're both doing the thing together.
Mm-hmm. Equally yoked, to use the Christian phrase.
The word for combined strength, which was demonstrated in the two horses working together, is...
Apparently I got a raid.
What's a raid?
It's when someone's stream ends and they send me
their
viewers. Somebody said there was an incoming raid, but I don't see it on the activity feed.
They heard we were talking about penises.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Cyrus ended his stream or something. He just raided me with 47 viewers. Hi, Cyrus's stream.
Hi, Cyrus's
Okay,
friends.
he was warning me in advance of the raid.
Hi,
Cyrus people.
Hello.
We're talking about balls and sucking dick.
Yeah.
And the balls are sports balls, not dick balls.
Yeah. So, no, we're actually doing a lesson in, I guess.
Oh, Jas has suggested me on Cyrus's stream.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why Cyrus raided me.
Okay, the word for combined strength, which is demonstrated in the two horses working together, is synergism.
You said it right. It's just the way you said it, as you're like clearly trying to make sure that you were reading it correctly, was funny. Don't hit your microphone.
Didn't mean to.
Ha! I'm better at microphoning than you are.
You really are.
I win that competition.
It means doing more together than two can do alone. Together, Sharon, the key word. Together.
Together.
What a beautiful picture of a marriage's power when the husband and wife work together for common goals. Yes, not one leading and one following, but together, Sharon.
Well, I mean, yes, there are appropriate moments for leading and following type of actions.
Yeah.
But that's determined based on like the strengths and weaknesses of the people. To take it back to the vulnerability thing that all of our like 44 viewers on Twitch missed because they weren't here, and Twitch doesn't let you rewind when you're live. Yeah, no, that's like that's the whole thing. That's the whole point, is like sometimes you take the lead, sometimes I take the lead. It's not about masculinity or femininity, it's about who's good at what shit.
Yes, Sharon is telling me that I should not outman my man.
Less than lucid. Synergism.
It means doing more together than two could do alone. Oh, I read that already. God created woman to complete man, not to compete with man. He instructed them to...
I fucking hate that. Like, women complete men. Why can't men complete women? Why does it have to be codependent like that?
I was like, why can't we just complete ourselves?
Yeah. And I mean, the whole thing that is like God took the rib out of Adam to make woman, and therefore man needs woman to complete him because she's literally taken out of him. It's like, why did God have to do it that way then? Why couldn't he just make her her own person?
Mm-hmm. No fucking clue. Because, yeah.
Also, that leaves out all the gay people and stuff like gay relationships. There are plenty of gay relationships where they're they feel like they complete each other.
How about nobody completes anybody and we just all complete
We
ourselves
just all be whole people
and
and
enjoy
then
each other's
have-
company?
Yeah. Sure.
Be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
It's- we could have done with a bit less multiplication. I'm not picking children.
I mean, there's always puddles.
You want to get rid of the dog? Your kids would not allow that.
Oh,
My
no.
kids would not allow that. None of our kids would allow that.
No. Well,
They
one
probably
might.
they probably vote each other off the island. For... All right, so your youngest told me the other day that he misses our cat,
No.
and he asked if we could get a cat.
I know. And I told them that Puddles is too young to have another animal in the house. She's just too excited about life.
Yeah,
You can't
that's
tell
kind
right
of what
now,
I.
but
That's kind of what I said as well.
yeah, you can't tell right now. This task cannot be accomplished alone. It takes two working together for common goals. Whether it is multiplying your family, yeah, it does take two.
I mean, the quickest way to multiply a family is to just like become a partner with someone that already has their own kids.
True story.
And so, like, because I went from a family of 4 to a family of 7, pretty much overnight.
Yeah. I went from 3 to 7, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a multiplication right there.
Yeah. Multiplying your finances or multiplying your happy memories. Working together on the same team will produce a marriage that is fruitful.
In other words,
that
it's
fruit
okay
can
for the
be so
woman to be the
sweet.
breadwinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's better for the family to have more money.
Yeah. We are working, as you said, Sharon, working together, not me dimming myself so that he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Togetherness.
I
Sharon.
probably should have explained what we're doing to all of Cersei's people, because they're just going to be confused.
Didn't I tell him? I
don't
said
know.
that this
We're reading Christian marriage books, and
this
I don't know.
chapter is about me not outmanning my man.
yeah, but they don't know the premise of the show.
Oh.
Yeah, we're reading Christian marriage books and critiquing them,
I'm learning how to become the woman of his dream.
and in the process explaining how to have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Because we think we have one of those.
I think so.
Yeah. And I mean, if we both think so, then that makes it true. Pretty much by
Exactly.
definition, does it not?
Okay, Paul, what do you have to say? I always wanted.
What does Paul always want?
A helpmate.
Yeah, that's Bible for fuck buddy. Which puts a whole new spin on that scene where Adam is paraded all the animals in front of him, and he's supposed to find out which one makes the best helpmate for him.
Apparently.
So, like, God had Adam fuck all the animals, and then he was like, nah, none of them really did it for me.
Ugh.
Oh, that's how he named them, because he had to have something to scream out while he was orgasming.
Right. That's a lot of orgasming. That would have taken way too long.
I mean, they say it happened in a day anyway, and there are too many animals, even with the creationist kind thing going on. I did the math on that. I think it would take him like a year without sleep if he named one animal per minute. And so, yeah, it takes way too long anyway. So we may as well inject some extra time in there and say he had like a couple hours refractory period between the animals. But like, I don't know. I feel like this is another verse for the new Vice Rhino version of the Bible.
Yeah.
Which
No, I was having a thought about something, but it's
there
not
are some stickers.
completed.
There are some stickers with our the new Vice Rhino version that are available at merch.vicerhino.com.
Woot, woot. I always wanted a helpmate. As anybody ever fucking called me that? As described in Genesis, a woman I could team with, where she and I could accomplish more for God as a couple than
Okay,
either.
but as described in Genesis, we just talked earlier in this chapter about how his helpmate helped him bring sin into the world that caused everything to go to shit. Like, if they actually take that story seriously, then Eve is the worst helpmate ever invented.
No, that's true.
Because she literally did worse for all
I
of
mean-
humanity than anyone else in history.
Don't get me wrong, it would be kind of cool to be chilling out in the Garden of Eden.
Fennec the Rabbit says, what book is this? It's called Becoming the Woman of His Dreams by Sharon Janus.
Yeah. She likes to tell God what to do.
Yes, she does. She will talk about how she like has the utmost respect for the word of God, and we have to do what the word of God tells us. And then she will have a section in the very chapter where she said we have to do exactly what God's word tells us, where she says, here's what I really think about these Bible verses that are like what they should say.
Yeah, she actually had a whole thing on these are some of the verses I would change.
No, there was a list of like, these are things that I wish were in the Bible.
Yeah, but before that, it was, these are things that I wish I could change. And some of these we could just leave out. She was just making edits to the Bible, you know.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah. Okay, that means that we don't share identical strengths and weaknesses, but that her strengths complement my weaknesses and vice versa. I like you, Paul.
Been there, done that.
I like you. Like, yeah.
Mark Fernkoff says, would you ever invite Sharon on your channel for a chat? Yes, I doubt she would accept.
Yeah.
Especially if she actually watches the series. Like, he talks about penises being in her.
Oh,
like,
also,
they talk about penises being in mouths too much for me.
Well, not just that, but remember in the previous chapter, she said that you shouldn't work with another woman.
That's right.
And I shouldn't work with another man.
The Billy Graham rule.
Yeah. So
for
sorry.
her to be, well, I mean, technically, if she's just streaming in, she's not alone in the room with me.
Yeah, but you could still develop a relationship.
That's still opening the door for inviting sin into your life.
Yeah. So no, sorry, we can't. Women need to understand that a man wants a woman who will be his dream wife. Well, I hope to be a dream wife. Well, not wife, but partner,
We have already both agreed that we are not getting married.
Yeah.
At most, there will be a fun party where we do most of the marriage stuff, but like,
I just want to dress up pretty.
Yeah, you can dress up pretty anytime you like.
It'd be kind of weird
if you're like wearing a wedding dress, just puttering around the house one day.
Yeah.
It would be weird, but it would also track.
But
I would see you doing that and be like, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, but you need people to see you. So like, I have to be out in that dress.
Okay, so we can go shopping. We can go to Walmart with you in a wedding dress and me like that.
No. Not only on their wedding day, but on each day of their relationship, becoming more and more his dream with him. Even men who did not really think about a dream wife want a wife who will become someone to help him take a stand against the rest of the world. A man does not want a wife who will take a stand against him. Clyde.
But what if he's wrong about something?
I don't know. Clyde, you sound more like you want to control a woman than...
Was that the end of the
thing? That's the end of the chapter.
That's the end of the chapter, okay.
Clyde just annoyed me. It's like...
Yeah, well...
You gotta be the woman of my dreams. Are you the man of my dreams? I don't know. Maybe just marry people you're compatible with and have the same vision for life.
Have the same... Oh, when you said have the same vision for life, I was seeing that, like, you have to have the same vision and it can't change for the rest of your life.
I mean, I hope to have the same vision I have for the rest of my life.
No, but I mean, like, goals and dreams and stuff like that. You're not allowed to change any of them for the rest of your life.
No, that's not what I mean.
Yeah, I know that's not what you mean, but that's...
Your core beliefs and values.
Yeah, no, that was actually one of the... that was one of the things that we kind of discussed early on, was how hard it was for you to find a guy who's not like some right-wing douchebag, or not even right-wing, just like...
Not a douchebag.
Not a douchebag. Like, not homophobic.
Yeah. Or white men are oppressed.
Yeah. And all that jazz.
Non-binary people have mental illnesses.
Yeah.
And
like, I had some issues with that as well. And that was actually one of the reasons we matched, was because I put in my like, as I was like having conversations with people, and then they would ghost me when it got to a certain point. I'd be like, oh, that's another thing that needs to go in the profile, so that people that are going to do that.
Yep. And that's exactly how my profile
whole profile was like LGBTQ positive,
trans rights
are human rights,
indigenous community,
pro-vaccine,
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, like, so I just had like the whole list of, and like people will call that virtue signaling, but it's like, yeah, you know what? On a dating app, I will signal my virtues.
Yeah.
so that someone who shares my virtues.
Yeah, because that's
We'll
actually how we
respond to that.
matched, because we both had the same things.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I was tired of the nonsense.
Actually, at the same time as I matched with you, there was another person that I matched with that was in Buffalo that it like the profile kind of hit all the right notes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then as we were chatting, I was just like, oh, there's something fishy going on here. And I ended up just like Googling one of the first things that she said to me.
Mm-hmm.
And the first like 5 results were like, this is what a Tinder scam looks like.
Ah.
So it's like, okay, that one can get blocked.
Did that make you cause concern for me? Like, oh no, maybe she's not real either.
Not
because
really.
she's so amazing. She
Not
can't
really,
be
but-
real.
No, but that's the thing though. Is like my impression of the Tinder scam is that it would always be the ones that use like the really attractive like model pictures as their profile pictures or whatever. But this was just like an ordinary person.
Yeah.
And it was just like I wasn't expecting that to turn into a scam.
Everybody likes something.
Mm-hmm.
So they gotta try everything.
Oh, the Tinder swindler. Wasn't that an actual person? Like, wasn't there
Yeah.
a documentary
Yeah,
about that? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody. Thank you for joining me, Cirrus's raid people. Let's see. None of the channels that I follow are live. Does anyone know a channel I could raid? A good channel? Someone that signals the same virtues? Which, yeah, you know, so virtue signaling is a weird accusation. Like, that's one of those things where, oh, I'm saying that just to let people know that it was like, yeah, you know what? I do virtue signal.
Yeah.
I make it known that I am pro-trans rights.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's a virtue that I have, or well, I consider to be a virtue.
How else are you going to find out if you align with people if people don't share these things?
Okay.
But also, how do you support people if you do not share these things? It's not very useful being a trans ally if nobody knows you're a trans ally, like
Okay.
that you support it, because the whole point is like making it known that it is an acceptable.
But then,
Ow.
so the people that accuse people of virtue signaling, they're usually right-wing, but they do the exact
I
same
was
thing.
just about to say,
Like,
hello.
the Daily Wire video or movie that they just made, where they are talking about men joining women's sports by pretending to be women, that is virtue signaling. They are signaling what they think are virtues. It just so happens that their virtues are shit.
Yeah, they're dumb.
So like they try to virtue signal. Anyway, it's been suggested that we raid Stimbabe, who apparently is playing The Witcher 3 right now. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that and then end the stream. So thank you so much for joining me, and see you next Thursday.